SLT Fibre and experience the power of fibre technology. Sri Lanka's only super fast internet connection. SLT Fibre. Call 1212 now.
Tonight, best of the bunch. The Prime Minister believes the government is the best there is.
You may find fault with us, but there's no alternative to us.
A snag. The Millennium Challenge Corporation Compact encounters a hurdle. The turning point. Ali Sabri calls for the fullest support of the Muslim community help restore dignity, respect and communal harmony enjoyed prior to Easter attacks, while Gotabaya Rajapaksa offers assurance that no terrorists can raise their heads again under his stewardship.
Gotabaya Rajapaksa is the next Lee Kuan Yew for this country. So be a part of the progress.
All that and much more coming up on First at 9, this Friday, the 1st of November 2019.
මේ ඔබේ මුහුණට විටමින් තෙරපි දෙන වෙලාවයි. ඔබේ ස්වභාවික පැහැය ආයෙත් ඔබටම.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
Good evening and welcome to First at 9. I'm Dhammik Eknaika. Let's start with your local stories. In the backdrop of mounting objections from many quarters with regards to the recent granting of cabinet approval for the Millennium Challenge Corporation Compact, the US Embassy in Colombo released a statement that's saying that the parliamentary review and approval are required by the Millennium Challenge Corporation to ensure the grant assistance agreement has the support of the government and the people. The Bar Association of Sri Lanka, having cautioned the government yesterday on rushing the agreement without proper transparency, said it was gravely concerned about the government's efforts to rush the signing before the elections on the 16th. In the latest turn of events, a petition was also filed before the Supreme Court seeking an order preventing the inking of the MCC Compact.
Cabinet approval granted earlier this week for the Millennium Challenge Corporation Compact has been at the receiving end of severe objections and criticism, not only on the lack of transparency regarding the details of the agreement, but also on the government's timing of the approval, given the country's upcoming presidential elections in 2 weeks' time. The $480 million grant for improvement to traffic management, road construction and land administration improvements has also faced allegations of threats to the country's sovereignty from proposed amendments to land ownership laws that will allegedly enable foreign entities the right to own land. The Ministry of Finance released a statement earlier today claiming that the processes and the agreement was, in the opinion of the Attorney General, in order and minus any legal impediments to its execution. Highlights of the MCC Compact say the government and MCC identified weak transport infrastructure and weak land administration practices as two binding constraints to economic growth in Sri Lanka. To address these constraints, the proposed compact consists of two projects, a transportation project and a land project, with the total budget for the compact being $480 million. The $350 million transport project has an estimated economic rate of return of 19% and seeks to increase the relative efficiency and capacity of urban and provincial transport infrastructure in the western, central, Sabaragamuwa and Uva provinces. The transport project will upgrade physical roadway network, modernize traffic systems and introduce policy and regulatory reforms. These investments will reduce severe traffic bottlenecks, create safer, more reliable public transportation, and lower the transport costs required to connect people and goods with booming markets. The $67 million land project has an estimated economic rate of return of 26% and aims to expand and improve existing government initiatives to increase the availability of spatial data and land rights information. The project will initially focus on districts in the central, northwestern, north central and eastern provinces. Land activities will help the government create an inventory of state lands, modernize methods of valuing lands, strengthen tenure security for smallholders, women and firms, and digitize deeds records so that they are less vulnerable to damage, theft and loss. Together, the two projects are projected to benefit 11.3 million people, which accounts for 54% of Sri Lanka's population. The remaining $63 million will be used to support technical assistance, feasibility and design studies, project administration and monitoring and evaluation. These funds will help the government to effectively design, implement, manage and monitor the Compact program. The government of Sri Lanka will establish a local entity staffed by Sri Lankans to coordinate implementation by the ministers and departments mentioned above. The entity will be accountable to a Sri Lankan board of directors comprised of 8 government officials and 3 representatives from the private sector and civil society. Former chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. Nalaka Godheva, however, voiced his concerns over the government's decision today, where he accused the government of pushing the MCC agreement through on the orders of its international masters. He also red-flagged proposed amendments to the country's land laws, which will give individuals the freedom to sell large tracts of freehold land to foreign entities, and further accused the MCC of interfering in land ownership with its proposal for the creation of a 1.2 million hectare economic corridor from Colombo to Trincomalee.
In the last 5 years, these guys, under the pretext of bringing good governance to the country, continue doing what they were asked to do by their international masters. Once they come to power, they want to continue this exercise. The Millennium Challenge Corporation is very much part of this exercise. This is part of a series of 3 agreements. The first one was AXA, then second one is SOFA, third one is MCC. AXA has already been signed. SOFA got postponed, but they will sign in the future if they come back to power. And through Millennium Challenge Corporation, they are proposing to change the land law of this country to introduce 2 new acts. In the first act, they are allowing the Sri Lankan government to sell government land to foreign companies. And they are changing even the law that restricts the amount of land one could hold. Secondly, they are doing a special act basically advising the leaseholders of government land to be given freehold land, and also it says these people who get this freehold right can sell those to anybody whom they want. Essentially, you are creating a situation where land can be acquired by foreign companies from Colombo to Trinco in an economic corridor. So signing this agreement at this stage is very dangerous. See, through this Millennium Challenge Corporation, you are invariably risking your national sovereignty.
Meanwhile, a fundamental rights petition was filed before the Supreme Court seeking an interim order against the signing of the Millennium Challenge Corporation Compact, SOFA and AXA agreements between the governments of Sri Lanka and the United States. The petition states that the agreements are seriously harmful to the national security and sovereignty of the country and is a violation of the Constitution. The petition was filed by Attorney-at-Law Darshana Weeraduwage with the Attorney General, President Maithripala Sirisena, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Foreign Minister Tilak Marapana and Finance Minister Mangala Samaravira named as respondents.
Now, presidential contender of the Sri Lanka, Podujana Peramuna Gotabaya Rajapaksa assures that he will deliver on the plans he promised without fail during his tenure as the head of state, wiping out corruption. The former Defence Secretary's remarks came at a public rally held in Dehiwala yesterday. Let's see what else he had to say on the campaign trail.
Another rally organised by the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna ahead of the presidential election was worked off in Dehiwala yesterday. The rally was presided over by its candidate Gotabaya Rajapaksa and leader of the opposition Mahinda Rajapaksa.
CIA වාර්තා දීලා තියෙනවා මේ ජනාධිපතිවරණයෙන් එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය අන්ත පරාජයක් ලබනවා විතරක් නෙවෙයි ආයි නුදුරු අනාගතයක එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂ ආණ්ඩු වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා.
අපි කොළඹ නගරය ආසියාවේ ශීඝ්‍රයෙන්ම දියුණුවන් නගරය බවට පත් කරා. අපිට අවශ්‍ය වෙලා තිබුණේ සෑම නගරයක්ම ජාත්‍යන්තර ප්‍රමිනීන්ට අනුව ඒ ජීවත් වෙන ජනතාවට ජීවත් වීමට සුදුසු ජනතා හිතකාමී නගර බවට පත් කරන්නටයි. අපි රාජ්‍යයක් යටතේ මේ නාගරික සංවර්ධනය ඉදිරියට ගෙන ගිහිල්ලා තමුන්නාන්සේලාට ජීවත් වෙන මේ පරිසරය හිතකාමී පරිසරයක් බවට අපි පත් කරනවා. මගේ දූර කාලය තුලදී පොරොන්දු වෙලා තියෙන ඒ සැලැස්ම සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම අවසන් කරනවා කියන එකත් මම අවස්ථාවේදී තහවුරු කරනවා. අද විශාල වශයෙන් ඇති වෙලා තියෙන ඒ දූෂණය මම සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම අවසන් කරනවායි කියන එක තමුන්නාන්සේලාට සාතික වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම මේ රටේ ආරක්ෂාව තහවුරු කරන්නට පුළුවන් අපිට විතරයි.
රට බෙදන්න ඉඩ තියන්නේ නැහැ. අද TNA පක්ෂය කියලා තියෙනවා උදයන් පත්තරේ තියෙනවා. අපි සහයෝගය දෙන්න අපේක්ෂකයාට සහයෝගය දෙනවා කිව්වොත් දකුණේ ඡන්ද අඩු වෙන්න හැකි. ඒකින්ද අන්තිම මොහොතේ අපි ඒක කියමු කිව්වොත්. නමුත් රටේ ජනතාව රවට්ටන්න බෑ.
Meanwhile, former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa arrived at the Ridhigama Stadium today to participate in a rally organised by the SLPP. The presidential candidate also had a chat with the area residents. Subsequently, another rally with the patronage of Gotabaya Rajapaksa and opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa was conducted at the Seraduna grounds in Mavatagama.
අපි විශාල බදු සහන ලබා දීලා තියෙනවා ව්‍යාපාරිකයන්ට. කෘෂි කර්මාන්තයේ ආශ්‍රිතව, පොල් කර්මාන්තයේ ආශ්‍රිතව අපි දන්නවා ව්‍යවසායකයන් ව්‍යාපාරිකයන් ඉන්නවා. වැට් බද්ද අපි 8% දක්වා අඩු කරන්න යෝජනා කරලා තිබෙනවා. අනවශ්‍ය බදු සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම ඉවත් කරන්නට. මේ හරහා ව්‍යාපාරික දිරිමත් කරන්නට, නිෂ්පාදනය වැඩි කරන්නට, ආයෝජන වැඩි කරන්නට, පරිභෝජනය වැඩි කරන්නට, මේ හරහා වැඩි ආර්ථිකය ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්නට ඒකට තමයි රැකියාවන් නිෂ්පාදනය වෙන්නේ. ඒ හරහා රාජ්‍ය ආදායමත් වැඩි වෙනවා.
බොරු කරන කාලේ පැන්නා. ඒකින්ද තමයි රජයේ සේවකයෝ 80%ක් පොහොට්ටුව ලකුණට තැපැල් ඡන්දේ දුන්නේ. ඒ වගේම කර්මාන්ත පුර හදනවයි කියලා හැදුව ෆෝක්ස් කරන කට්ටියද මෙහි. අපි කියනවා අපි ආණ්ඩුව ඇවිල්ලා මාස 6ක් දෙනවා. තමුසේ ෆෝක්ස් කරන එක නෙමෙයි මොනවා හරි මගුල් කාර් එකක් හදලා දානවා. නැත්නම් ඉඩමත් එක්කම අපි ගන්නවා කියලා ආපහු. මේ රට ආරක්ෂා කරන්න පුළුවන් මිනිහෙක් අපි දාලා තියෙනවා. ඒකට හැකියාවක් තියෙන ශක්තිමත් නායකයෙක් අපි දාලා තියෙනවායි කියන එක තමුන්නාන්සලාට මතක් කරමි. පොහොට්ටුව ලකුණු ඉදිරියේ ගිහිල්ලා කතරේ ගහන්න.
Meanwhile, the SLPP presidential hopeful also offered assurances to a gathering of Muslim businessmen and professionals that no extremist terrorists of any sort will be able to raise their heads in a future government held by him. He stated this while addressing the conference titled The Turning Point, organised by the National Muslim Collective yesterday.
Former wartime Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa addressed a gathering of businessmen and professionals from the Muslim community at a conference themed The Turning Point, organised by the National Muslim Collective last evening. Speaking at the event, President's Counsel Ali Sabri endorsed the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna presidential candidate, expressing confidence in the candidate's ability to turn around the country and called for the fullest support of the community to restore the dignity, respect and communal harmony enjoyed prior to the Easter Sunday attacks.
We want somebody who will empower the communities, who will give a vision to the communities. That's the kind of leader Muslim community is looking for. I think Sri Lanka will be turned around by Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa. He is the next Lee Kuan Yew for this country. So be a part of the progress, and I can assure, and that's the only request we want, Muslims need to live here with dignity, with respect, ensure communal harmony and the security. That is all we want. The rest of it, we can look after ourselves.
යම්කිසි සැකයක් මුස්ලිම් ජනතාව අතර ඇති කරා පසුගිය රජයේ අවසාන භාගයේදී. ඒ සැකය නිසා එදා මුස්ලිම් ජනතාව ඒ රජය ඉවත් කරන්නට තීරණය කර බව රහසක් නෙවෙයි. අපි යුද්ධයක් ආරම්භ කරපු අය නෙවෙයි. අපි යුද්ධයක් අවසන් කරපුවා. අපි හොඳ හැටි දන්නවා ත්‍රස්තවාදයක තියෙන ඵල විපාක. එහෙම දැකපු මට කවදාකවත් නැවතත් එවැනි ත්‍රස්තවාදයක් මේ රටේ ඇති වෙන්නට ඉඩ තියන්නට කිසිම අවස්ථාවක දෙන්නේ නැහැ. මගේ පාලනයක් යටතේ කිසිම අන්තවාදී ත්‍රස්තවාදයකට මේ රටේ ඉඩ දෙන්නේ නැහැයි කියන එක මම සනාථ කරනවා.
The United National Party today entered into agreement with a multitude of parties and other factions to form a new coalition under the name Democratic National Front. One of the points of note at the event organised to mark the inking was the presence of former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga. Both Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and presidential candidate of the New Democratic Front, Minister Sajith Premadasa, also addressed the gathering.
Multiple political parties led by the United National Party entered into an agreement today to form a new coalition. A total number of 32 political parties and 31 civil organizations inked the accord in the presence of the General Secretary of the new alliance, Minister of Health, Nutrition and Indigenous Medicine, Dr. Rajitha Senaratne, to form the new coalition named Democratic National Front. Former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga also joined this new alliance as an alternative group of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party.
මේ රටේ මාධ්‍යවේදීන් හැමදාම මට බැනලා බස් එකේ නැගලා ආපහු ගෙදර ගිහින් හෙට උදේ ඇවිල්ලා ආපහු මට බයින්න. අන්න එහෙම සමාජයක් අද අපි ඇති කළා තියෙන්නේ. අද ජාතික ආරක්ෂාවට තියෙන තර්ජනය නිසා නිදහස් සමාජයක් ඕමනා නැහැ. අද ඕනේ තද පාලකයෙක් කියන කතාවක් යනවා. පාස්කු ඉරිදා බෝම්බේ සම්බන්ධ සියලු දෙනාම අද අත්අඩංගුවට අරන් තියෙනවා. මේ සියල්ලම කරේ රටේ නීතිය මාර්ගයෙන්. මේ වැඩ කටයුත්ත කරද්දී අපිට බෙර ගහන්න තිබුණා. අපි බෙර IS සංවිධානය විශේෂයෙන්ම නැති කරන්න ගත්ත පියවර හැම එකටම ජාත්‍යන්තර වශයෙන් අපි සහයෝගය දුන්නා. ඒකේ ප්‍රධානියාගේ විනාශයෙන් පස්සේ අපි වගේම ප්‍රකාශයක් කරා. අපි විතරක් නෙමෙයි මුස්ලිම් ප්‍රජාවත් කරා. ඒත් මේ රටේ ජාතික ආරක්ෂාව බාර ගන්න ඉන්න ඇයට එහෙම එකක් කරන්න බැරි වෙලා තියෙනවා. මොකද බය කියලා මං අහනවා. යම් කිසි සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙනවද? ඒ ප්‍රශ්න අපිට අහන්න සිදු වෙලා තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් අපි කියනවා අපි ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍රවාදය ආරක්ෂා කරනවා. ඒ අපේක්ෂකයා තමයි සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස.
හිටපු අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමිය ප්‍රමුඛ ගරු අග්‍රාමාත්‍යතුමා ප්‍රමුඛ අද එක්සත් ජාතික පෙරමුණට එකමුතු භාවයේ ශක්තිය තුළින් අපි අපේ මාතෘභූමිය දිනවනවායි කියන ප්‍රතිඥාව ලබා දෙනවා.
Now, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe suggests that one does not necessarily need to be strong in person, but is required to be strengthened by a parliamentary majority in order to tackle issues of democracy and national security. His views came at a seminar of the Tamil Progressive Alliance held in Colombo yesterday, where the Premier gave a reminder on all the achievements and designs of the government. The Premier also noted that people might find fault with his government. However, there isn't an alternative to it either.
The main candidate on the other side, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, doesn't talk of democracy. He talks of national security. I am the strong man to do it. We are saying a man is strong in parliament. If you have a parliamentary majority, you are strong. We were able to stabilize the economy. Today we have got the support of the IMF. We are credit-worthy. The Hambantota harbour, we paid over $1 billion to construct it. When China merchants valued it, they said it's worth only $1 billion. That's after negotiating. They started at 900, we said 1.2. It will take them 10 years to make it a viable port. The 10,000-acre special economic zone in Hambantota, we are now in the process of taking the land over from Mahavali after environment clearance has been given in Hambantota and going up to Vellavaya. Mattala Airport still has no passenger traffic, but we are negotiating with our airport authority and the Indians to run the airport and to turn it around again in about 7-8 years. We can't scrap that. We can't take it away. But with two ports, Colombo Port, Hambantota, Katunayaka, Mattala, and the road going up to Kandy, the infrastructure is laid. Addition to Hambantota, there's 1,000 acres we are developing Bingiria. Tourism, we are looking at the service sector, our biggest sector, which has to be developed, of which tourism is one big industry. Got 6 zones of 500 to 1,000 acres from Iranavela to Singharaja for tourism, which also means when you develop the south, that both Mattala and Colombo can be used. Similarly, now we are working on the Jaffna International Airport, which helps us because now tourists need not make the return trip to Colombo. Logistics makes Sri Lanka the hub of the Indian Ocean. Colombo Port will be developed further. The plans are now for the North Port. It goes up to Jayala. For 30 years, we have plans for the Colombo Port. We have to invest more money, get more banking to make the port city here a financial city, make it a regional financial center. So the service economy will grow in different aspects. The digital economy, we have to go along with it. And the export economy. In the next 5 years, we want to ensure that our export income equals our expenditure on imports. Even the Colombo Chamber of Commerce says that's possible. The tax reductions that he has announced, now there's going to be a massive reduction in taxes. Now, how are you going to pay for it? Are you going to cut down your expenditure? Or are you going to borrow? It looks very nice, but no one asked them how are you going to pay. With all difficulty, we have come to a verge of takeoff. We shouldn't go down again. We paid the price of what they have done. We have to go ahead. You may find fault with us, but there's no alternative to us.
If we are to protect the unitary character of our country, the political independence and the territorial integrity of our country, we must ensure that there persists harmony, brotherhood, and well-being among all communities. The tax burdens that you are experiencing right now shall be brought down to the minimum level, and we shall promote and encourage development of your businesses and industries and ensure an economic structure that promotes and enhances entrepreneurship. We have to ensure that we establish a system of strict legal structures to ensure that there is no discrimination or prejudicial activities taking place in our society. I'm very confident that come the 16th, the people of this country will make the right choice. We have decided to appoint Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca as the preeminent person who's qualified for promoting and establishing national security and law and order in our country.
Meanwhile, MP Anurakumara Dissanayake is confident of doing a better job with Sri Lanka's economy under a government of his. The presidential hopeful of the movement National People's Power was critical of the credentials of finance ministers of past regimes and vowed to stamp out fraud and corruption.
An election campaign rally of the movement National People's Power was held in Chilau yesterday under the patronage of its presidential candidate MP Anurakumara Dissanayake.
රට දුප්පත් පාලකයා පොහොසත් රට ණය වෙලා පාලකයාගේ ගිනුම් පිරීලා ඇයි පාලකයා රටේ සම්පත් හොරකම් කරලා තිබෙනවා දැන් 2015 මැතිවරණ වේදිකාවේ වැඩිම කතා වුණේ මොනවා ගැනද හොරකම් ගැන සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාසට අවිලා කියන පුදු හොරකම් නතර කරන හොරු අල්ලනවා කියලා රවි කරුණානායක රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ නේද ටීම් එකම වේදිකාවේ තියාගෙන හොරු අල්ලනවා කියන්නේ ඒ නිසා මේ රට හදන්න ඒගොල්ලන්ට බෑ මේ රට හදන්න නම් හොරකම් නොකරන නාස්ති නොකරන පාලනයක් ඕන ඒ පාලනය අපි හදනවා අපිට විතරයි ඒක හදන්න පුළුවන් චන්ද්‍රිකාගේ ආණ්ඩුවේ මුදල් ඇමති චන්ද්‍රිකා මට චන්ද්‍රිකා කියලා තියෙනවා ඒ වැඩියෙන්ම කැමති චිත්‍ර කලාවට හා නාට්‍ය කලාවට මම දන්නේ ආර්ථික විද්‍යාව ඕ ලෙවල් වලටත් ඉගෙන ගත්තද කියලා අපහසයක් කරනව නෙවෙයි අපෙන් අහනවා ඕගොල්ලන්ට කරන්නයි ඉන්නවද කියලා මම කියනවා මේ රටේ මුදල් ඇමති කරපු ඔක්කොටම වඩා හොඳට මුදල් ඇමතිකම් කරන්න පුළුවන් කට්ටියක් අපි ගාව ඉන්නවා.
We're going to move in for a very short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching First at 9. Now, 12 suspects, including 2 assemblymen accused of supporting the terrorist group LTT in Malaysia, are being allowed to seek bail from the country's High Court. The men are accused of committing a range of offences in various locations, with the earliest occurring on March 17, 2014 and the most recent October 11 this year. When the case pertaining to 4 of the suspects was taken up today, the judge fixed December 23rd for the next mention of the case in the Sessions Court to allow time for the bail application by the defence to be heard in the High Court. Following the ruling, identical orders were allowed in 2 other Sessions Courts where the remaining accused were produced. Yesterday, a defence counsel led a motion that an application for bail for all 12 defendants be referred to the High Court, saying that the detention of the defendants were unconstitutional as judges still possessed discretionary powers to offer bail. The suspects are charged with supporting the LTT through Facebook accounts under different names, possession of items related to the LTT, supporting the LTT by using YouTube and supporting the group at a function in Kuala Lumpur. Now, the National Investigation Agency of India has conducted search operations at 6 locations in Tamil Nadu pertaining to an alleged plot by an ISIS-inspired group to murder leaders of Hindu organizations. The NIA said that the case relates to the criminal conspiracy hatched by 6 charge-sheeted accused and their associates with intention of furthering ISIS objectives by targeting Hindu activists in Coimbatore. The accused had made preparations including reconnaissance for attacks that would have caused communal disharmony and terror in the state. Indian media noted that investigations in the case revealed that the accused and their associates were radicalized on the violent extremist ideology of ISIS after viewing speeches and of Sri Lankan ISIS leader Zaran Hashim on social media platforms. And now to bring you a market update, the Sri Lankan shares rose today in high turnover and closed at their highest in 10 months as investors took positions 2 weeks ahead of the residential polls. The all-share price index ended 0.07% firm at 6,032.08, its highest close since the 4th of January. The index rose 1.6% for the week in its fourth weekly gain, but is down 0.34% for the year. Let's now take a look at today's market performance.
Bond market has been witnessing moderate activity levels during the past week. With surplus liquidity in the system, we expect some buying interest on the attractively priced mid to long-term maturities. On the equity side, we expect some positivity to emerge with positive earnings results on selected counters. And gain in momentum from election campaigns is likely to have a positive impact on the market, creating an uptrend. We expect activity levels to remain moderate while foreigners may continue to be on the selling side.
Now taking a look at the currency, the rupee ended 0.03% weak at 181 rupees and 10 to 25 cents per dollar, compared with yesterday's close of 181 rupees and 5 to 30 cents. Now let's take a look at how the Sri Lankan rupee traded against other major currencies during the day. Now, Australia defeated Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in the third and final T20 international played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground today. Sri Lanka scored 142 runs in 20 overs, with Kusal Perera the highest scorer with 57 runs. 3 Australian bowlers, including Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc, claimed 2 wickets each. Chasing 143 runs for the win, Australia got over the line in just 17 overs with 7 wickets in hand and with 14 balls to spare. David Warner was named man of the match for his knock of 57 runs off 50 deliveries. And that's it from all of us here at First at 9. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.